Hey everybody, thanks for joining me outside in the garden on Outside with Jeff. Today we're going to do a little quick garden tour. It's April 3rd, 2022. Let's get right into it, see what's going on. So first, this is along the chain link fence. I planted some sugar snap peas, and here they are. They're coming up. Planted them about every 1.5 inches or so, and they're coming up nicely. There's a nice section of them right there. They're coming up pretty nicely. I thought they were gonna get flooded out because last week we got 2 inches of rain in one day, and all of this was completely underwater. It was all the way up to these railroad ties. Here I'm just doing a little bit of composting in place right here. I'm not sure what I'm gonna be planting here. This is regular garlic. I planted this last September. This here is my potato bed, and you can see they're starting to come up nicely. I planted these 2 or 3 weeks ago. I'm starting to get something coming in here and trying to dig up. I haven't quite figured out what it is, but they haven't really seemed to hurt the potatoes at all. This section here, this is going to be tomatoes and peppers. Right now it's just tilled up. It was my carrot bed and my kale bed over the winter, so it's prepped. I'm going to do one more tilling. I still have a few more weeks until it gets planted, so no big deal. Right here I have some kales that are planted. They're really small. They're only about this tall right now, but dinosaur kale, red Russian kale, spinach. This is mesclun salad mix. And I have rainbow Swiss chard planted here. This is more garlic. This here is elephant garlic. Here I have a 24 by 4 foot section of onions. You can see down there, the onion sets have mainly sprouted. They're looking really good. Now, from this stick right here to this stick down there was onion slips. They have all died. So I ordered some more from Dixondale. Those were slips I'd started on my own. They were not doing really good, but I had to get them out in the garden, and they've just failed miserably. But I have 200 Alicia Craig onion slips that'll be here at the end of this week. I'm gonna get them put in the garden. From here down are more onion sets. They're doing great. We'll come out here to the blackberry patch. This here was my potato bed last year, and I also had my sunflowers planted here. I've tilled it twice. I'll be tilling it another time at least, and this is going to be my watermelon patch this year. So I'm going to try to put about 15 watermelon plants in there and see if we can't get, I'd like to get about 30 watermelons this year. That'd be great. It's about 30 by 5, so 150 square foot of space. Here's my blackberry bushes. This will be like the 11th year that I've had them here. These are Apache's, the variety. You can see we're really leafing out, looking good. I come by and I put straw down. That is just to help with the weed suppression and also with the moisture retention through the summer. Blackberries require quite a bit of water. I don't usually have to supplement the watering with them. You will when you first establish them, but once they get going, you shouldn't really have to water them unless you're in a drought. But that straw really helps with that. Here's my compost. This is not quite finished compost, but I have used some of it in the garden. I turn it about once a week, and this is completely unfinished compost. Beginning of winter, it was stacked about to here, so it settled down quite a bit. A lot of leaves, branches, food scraps, some cardboard boxes. So that's what's going on there. That's pretty well all that's going on right now. There's another area in the yard that I plant, and so far all I've done is a tilling. Don't have anything planted yet, and I'm gonna have to do another 2 tillings. Right here, that's 1 tiller width. I'm gonna come over another tiller width. I'm gonna have to do that another couple times. I'm gonna have my green beans planted along here. I'm gonna have my zucchini squash planted along here, and I'm gonna have okra planted along here. So that's the plans as far as that goes. I do have mint. This is my mint. It has not started growing yet this year. Well, actually, no, it has. There's a little bit starting. Rosemary, it came back last year. We'll see if it comes back again this year. I had some other herbs and things last year I'll probably do again. And then I planted a little bit of potatoes down here. And let's see. Yep, there's some growth right there. So I've got like every 12 inches on center potatoes. And I just came by and dumped another bag of topsoil on top of there because, well, just wanted to actually. Actually, no, that was bagged manure. So that's bagged manure for fertilization. The only other thing is I have my landscaping out front, and I just transplanted my hydrangea. This hydrangea used to be planted up there, but it was receiving too much afternoon sun, and it was really struggling. It would do well up until the end of May, and it'd really struggle to survive. So here in this location, it's only going to get morning sun, and then in the afternoon, this here is going to shade it. So I think it's really going to do well. We've had hydrangeas planted at every house we've owned, and they've done really well. So it's just about getting the right location, the right amount of sun. They don't do well in full sun, and if they ever start drooping, you need to give them a lot of water. In the previous location, you just couldn't seem to give them enough water. I mean, you could water them every day, 3-gallon bucket, and the next day they'd be droopy. So it's just too much sun. They were getting beat up. But yeah, that's the garden tour. Probably won't do another garden tour until the end of the month. I'm going to plant a couple tomatoes the very last week of April like I did last year, and then I'll plant the rest of them as well as the peppers. They'll be planted the first week of May. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do here yet. I might plant a couple zucchinis. Oh, there's a little squirrel visiting the area. Might put a couple zucchinis here. Once these snow peas come up and they finish the end of May, that'll be where our okra goes as well. I'm gonna have about 60 foot of okra this year. We just love okra. You can't get enough of it. So, well, that's all from my garden. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed watching the garden tour.